Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing Beelzebub 1 from VulnHub. This is a box right about easy. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I'm going to start by opening our terminals here. We're going to start by reading a netdiscover -r 10.0.0.1/24/IT0. Doing this, we do get the IP of the box 10.0.0.220. So I'm going to start by running nmap scan. We'll do nmap -c for default scripts, -v for enumeration. We'll scan all ports on the IP. Doing this, I'm going to do -v for verbose. Here we do have port 80 open for HTTP, and also port 22 open for SSH. Doing this, I'm going to start by visiting the IP address. Looking back, I'm going to start by checking out the ports. It does seem like we do have port 22 open for SSH, and we do have port 80 open for HTTP. It does seem like it's running Apache, and didn't seem like we do have anything else, right? Visiting the IP address, we do get that default page. I'm going to do Control-U to view the source code. And it doesn't seem like we do have anything, right? So I'm going to start by doing some enumeration and running a gobuster. So I'm going to do Control-Shift-Z or start by running gobuster, dir mode, -u, we'll enter the IP address, -w for /user share word list. We'll do gobuster directory list ubuntu medium.txt. We'll do extensions as HTML, txt, and also PHP. Doing this, we'll do that index.html, index.php, and also JavaScript, and also PHP admin, right? Index.php should just be this page. The index.html should just be this page, and the index.php, I'll just start by visiting this, right? Doing this, we'll just visit the index.php. I'm going to do Control-U. It doesn't seem like we do have anything, but we do have a message here, right? Here to show that my heart was encrypted. Beelzebub somehow hacked and decoded it, right? I'm just showing a type of hash format, which is MD5, and I'm guessing this is Beelzebub. We do need to encrypt Beelzebub as MD5 because this is in quotation marks, right? So I'm just going to copy this and see if we can use CyberChef to encode this. So I'm going to do CyberChef. We'll go to CyberChef, go to MD5. So we'll go to search. We'll do MD5. Put this as the input. We do get a hash here. I'm just going to take off the view source. We'll just enter this as a directory. And it does seem like this is loading, right? So there's two ways we can do this. We can send this within burp, or we can go to inspect element. If we go to network, I'm just going to reload this page, go to /the hash. And it does seem like this is a redirect, right? Which is a 301. All right, so since we do have a request here, do you see that we do have an IP address as a domain, which is redirecting to 192.168.1.6, right? Doing this, I'm going to start by saying this within burp. I'm just going to close this, go to next, start burp. Doing this, we can go to proxy, go to options. We can go to specific address. And here we can just turn our proxy. Go to proxy, send this. Do Control-R, or you can just send this within repeater. Send this. And it doesn't seem like we do anything, right? I'm also going to go to change request method. Doesn't seem like we do get anything. Another thing we can do is do x forward by x forward 4. Here we can just do localhost. X forward by localhost. We can just send this. It doesn't seem like it works, right? I'm also going to change the IP address to 10.0.0.220. Cancel this, send this, and it doesn't seem like it work, right? I'm also going to change the request method to a get, and we still don't get anything, right? So going back to Firefox, if you do go to right click, go to copy, here it's not going to show, you'll see an option here called copy to curl. In this case, I don't have it since I'm running an old version of Firefox, a kind of old version, so it doesn't show up on my end, but I just use my Windows machine and copy to curl. And for people that have running systems for 2021 for Debian, or Kali Linux, you should have an option here, copy to curl, right? So I'm going to go back. I'm just going to go to, do you see that I did make a request.txt? So I'm going to cat the request.txt. And you do see that we do have, you should receive a curl command, right? So I'm just going to copy this and start by modifying this request. So I'm going to clear this. You do see that I do have curl, which is here. I'm just going to redirect this to the IP address. I'm just going to redirect this to 10.0.0.220. Which we do have this right here. We'd have the user agent. I want to see if I just do press enter, You do see that we don't get anything. So I'm gonna do like -v for verbose to see what is going on here. So we'll just do -v for verbose, and looking at this, we do see that we do get X redirect by, and this is running WordPress, right? So we do know this is running WordPress now, and this is Ubuntu. We can also add like -X, so we can like see if we can get a request to, we can like send a post or like a get. In this case, I'm just going to be changing I'm going to change the request to a post. And you do see that we do get HTML of the WordPress site, which I'm guessing is like index.php. So just think of this like big hash right here as like WordPress or /WP. So I'm just going to go send this within post. Let's see what happens when we do like a get request. And it still shows like 301 moved permanently, right? We also do get WordPress, which is redirecting to 192. But we did put our own IP address of 10.0.0.2020 for the target machine, right? On my local host. So I'm going to change this back to a post. Doing this, I'm going to see if we can find like the WP content. So I'm going to do WP content. Or I'll just do this like WP login.php. PHP. We'll press enter. And you do see that I'll just try to grep out for like email. You just do see the HTML code of the login page, right? You do see that we have a login right here for the ID. It shows powered by WordPress, so we are on the WordPress site, right? So that was just the WP login.php. Another thing I want to do is actually we'll just send this to like we'll just take off the WP login.php and send this within a proxy. To specify a proxy between curls, I'll just do it -proxy. We'll do HTTP 10.0.069. We did know this is our burp is running on port 8080. So I'm going to go to burp sweep, go to proxy, intercept on and off. We can press around this. Let's see. Maybe we did receive the request. We receive our request, send this within repeater, which is a post. We send this. And basically it's like a better version of the source code for, of course, just index.php, right? We do WP login.php. PHP. We'll receive the source code of WP login.php, right? We do see that this is a WordPress site and Beelzebub. We can log in. It seems like that's all we have, right? Doing this, since we do know this is running wpscan, we do have the accept, or we do have the, if I take this off, we'll take off the --- proxy. It's not working. We'll just take this off, do -v. Since we do have the X redirect by, this is running WordPress, we can now split our terminals here and run wpscan, right? Since we do know this is running WordPress, we can start by using like wpscan. The reason I like using wpscan over like wpscan.rb, because I do have like, if I go to my documents, documents wpscan, I do have a Ruby version of wpscan. The reason I run wpscan is because this is faster, or wpscan.rb. wpscan is pretty slow, but it does let you like run aggressive mode on it, right? So I'm just going to be using like wpscan.rb to like enumerate for the users. So I'm just going to go on this one here, copy this. We just do need to specify the IP address. So here we can just do Control-Shift-Z. We'll copy this. We'll change the IP address to 10.0.0.2020 or 10.0.0.220. We can enumerate the users. Doing this, while this is loading, I'm going to go to create a node. So I'm going to go to enum. We'll just create a users. We'll just do like WP scan. We'll specify the users here. I'll just put this in quotations. So we do have the users. We can press enter on this to follow the redirection. Or by default, it's no, so we don't want to follow the redirection. So we did find a login and also name. We do have a login name as Krampus, so I'm just going to put this as like users. We do have a user and also a other user as Valak, right? So I'm just put that in here. We do have a user as Krampus and also Valak, right? Doing this, we can probably try to brute force for Krampus and Valak since we do have those users. Run a rock.u.txt using wpscan, right? Doing this, I also want to do check for vulnerable plugins. So I'm just going to do like -p. I'll see what we do get. So we can just press enter. Okay, so you do see that we do have no plugins found. So this is when wpscan comes into play. It's always good to have the wpscan for like .rb and also like just a wpscan that you can apt get install or apt install. So here I'm just going to do like -- enumerate and use a -- URL, right? The reason I'm using wpscan and not wpscan.rb is because we can actually specify a aggressive mode, right? So here I'm gonna just take off the -- help. We'll do -- URL. We'll just copy this URL. We'll change this to 10.0.0.220, 10.0.0.220 to 20. We'll do like -e for enumerate. Here we can specify VP for like the vulnerable plugins. So I'm just going to specify VP or specify all or AP for all plugins right here. Doing this, I'm going to do -force since it is doing a redirect to 301, right? So we'll do -force, press enter on this. Okay, so here it is giving us an error. We do need, you do see that this redirects to like 192.168.1.6. So I'm just going to specify like this ignore main redirect. I'll just put this in back of force, press enter on this. And this should allow us to scan right since we are re-ignoring the 301 main redirect. And also just forcing wpscan to scan right. Alright, so the scan is now done. We do have WordPress readme.found. I'm just going to open this link. Turn off burp, open that link. And we just take the 5-minute install, right? It also does seem like we do have a directory listing enabled. Maybe this is static files. It does seem like these are just the pictures. We also do have another directory to talk to Valak. Here, just showing that we can specify a name. I'm just going to specify hey. I'm going to start by setting this within burp. So I'm just going to go to proxy, turn this on and off. I'm also turn on proxy, which we did. I'm going to send this, send the request, send a repeater. Looking at this, you do see that we do get a cookie and we also do get a set cookie and also a password, right? We do get a password and also a cookie. So for this password, we can probably use this for like .sh with the users that we did in num. So I'm going to go to my node. I'll just go to pass. I'm just going to do like wpscan. I'll just put this in quotations, and we'll just do password, or just put in the password, right? So we do have a password and also these two users. So I'm going to be using like SSH. If not, or I'm just going to be using like .sh for Krampus and also Valak. If this password does not work for SSH, I'm just going to like use wpscan. Go under here, just search up for like wp-login.php. I'm just going to go to wp-login.php and look at the params here and specify my own params by separating, like using the and command, right? In this case, I'm just going to be trying SSH. So I'm going to clear my terminal. We do have a user as, looking at the node, we do have a user as Krampus. We'll do add 10.0.0.20. We did have a user or a password as this. So I'm going to copy this, press enter. And it does seem like we do get long successful as Krampus, right? So clear my terminal, do ID, run sudo -l. We do have the password. And it doesn't seem like you can run sudo, right? Checking this, I'm going to go under /var, www. We'll go to HTML, see if we can try to find a WP content. So a WP config actually. So we'll put a CD into D1. We do have a WP config, so I'm going to wp config.php. We'll also grep out for -i for pass. We do have a user or a password, and also a user here, which is root. So I'm gonna see if I can go to mysql, I'll do -u, we'll run this as root, we'll do -p. We did have the password as this, and see if we can find any passwords under here, right? So I'm gonna go to show databases. We do have a database as WordPress, so I'm gonna use WordPress. I'm gonna show tables, and we do have a WP users, right? So I'm gonna just copy this. We're gonna select star from WP underscore users. And it does seem like we do have a user as krampus and also valid, right? It doesn't seem like to be valid because if I do X out of this, we'll do an ls-la on home. We only have a user as krampus, right? So that does mean that valid can't be user on this machine, right? If we cat our /etc password also and try to grep out for valid, you do see that we don't have valid under the /etc password, right? So there's no point of cracking its hash because this is just for the WordPress, right? So I'm gonna cd back. We're gonna go under /temp. We'll do an ls-la. We're gonna be using start by downloading linpeas on here, right? So I'm gonna go into red documents. We'll go to privilege escalation. I'm gonna cd into linpeas. We'll start a Python server, so do ls-la. We'll do python 3 -m http.server on port 8081. We'll get our linpeas.sh. So we'll wget http 10.0.0.0.69 on port 8081. We'll go to /linpeas.sh. We'll do chmod +x for linpeas.sh. In this case, I'm going to run a linpeas.sh and output it to output.txt, right? Doing this, we can just wait and see what linpeas has given us, right? All right, so linpeas is now done. So I'm going to just more into output.txt and see what linpeas has given us, right? So I'm just going to zoom out. So doing this, it doesn't seem like we haven't found anything so far. Looking at our active ports, it does seem like we do have mysql open. It does seem like we do also have an open, it's listening on 631. We also do have a port as 43958. So we'll start by checking those connections, right? So I'm going to start by clearing my terminal. We'll run a netstat -t lnp. As you did see here, we do have mysql open for 3306 and also a port as 361, right? So first thing we can start by doing is doing curl. Does seem like this outputs the HTML code, right? So it does seem like this is listening. I'm just going to curl this. I'm going to just do -v. And it does seem like this is going to, this is a website, right? So I'm just going to go to netstat. I'm also going to check for this one too. So I'm going to curl this, and it just seemed like we just do get a bunch of junk, right? So just to check what this is, I'm going to start by port forwarding this onto my localhost. So first I'm going to check for 127.0.0.1.631, see what this is running as. So we'll do SSH, we'll do -l for localhost. We'll enter the IP address, 127.631. So here I'm just going to do 631. So quotation marks, we'll do 631. We'll do SSH as we did know the user is krampus. So I'm just going to copy this. Krampus at, zoom out, 10.0.0.220. Or we take off this krampus at 220. And we did have the password, which was under here. And now this is port forward to my local host, right? So I'm gonna do Control-Shift-Z, cd back. We're gonna start by running nmap scan. So we'll do nmap. We'll do this on our local host. And you see that we do have a port as 361, right? So I'm gonna start by visiting my local host. Localhost, and we'll do 631. And it does seem like we do have a cups 2.2.7, right? So it does seem like this is just for printers. It doesn't seem like we do have anything here, right? So I'll do Control-Shift-Z, we'll just X out this. I'm going to be doing the same thing for, you do see that we do have a port as 43958. So I'm just going to do the same thing for that. And also did have the password as this. So now we can check our localhost. Run an all port scan, and you do see that we have 43958, right? So I'm going to go to my localhost and go to 43958. And it does seem like we do have a file server server.u, right? We do have a login ID and also a password. It does seem like it's running server 5.1.6.25. So I'm just going to search up file server serv-u. So we'll do file server serv dash, we do know this is dash u. We'll just do like an exploit. It does seem like we do have an exploit for this, which is 5.1.7. Look at this, or this is 15.1.7. This is 15.1.6, right? So this is below 15.1.7. So it does seem like this is vulnerable, right? So I'm just going to go to raw data to see if we can wget this onto the target machine. So I'm just going to do mkdir. I'll just do exploit. We'll cd into exploit. I'm just going to wget this onto the machine. I'm just going to move this to 47. Here it is specifying this file name as a .c file. So we'll copy this, put that as here. And now we can compile this. And then it's going to run the anon command to run our PE, right? Since it is outputting to .pe executable. So we run this. Doing this, we do ID, and now we are under root ls, and we can cat our root.txt. In this, you can just run a bin/bash -i. Now you do our precision shell and cat our root.txt. Well, guys, that's pretty much in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.